Hello, welcome back, YouTube. This is Francine from Grow from Within, um, and I'm having a bit of a issue with my coughing, throat. I don't know what's going on with the weather. Hot, cold, cold, hot. It's been going up and down, and so I don't know. But just bear with me. So I'm just gonna do a quick video today, and just want to excuse me if you hear my grandbaby. I just want to start with letting you know that I'm really grateful to have this tool in which I can create from my heart space to share with the world about my life journey, right? And so, through my many testimonies and episodes and things that I've experienced, I do want to just share how it's doable. You can get over the hurdles, go around the obstacles. It don't matter. But as long as you don't give up and keep going, that's what matters to the Most High God. And so today's topic video will be evidence of walking my path. And that's basically how you'll know um, that you're doing the right thing in life. And a lot of things will be a confirmation or a detection of such. But I just want to talk a little bit about uh, what I had. Uh, to say about the actual topic here. So, sometimes I do actually just kind of sit back and reflect on my life with another way of seeing. Because, of course, I noticed that walking my road was not something of normality. It wasn't a normal thing that I was actually experiencing. But anyway, my spirit within was guiding me every step of the way, right? So, excuse me. So the spirit that I'm in agreement with was who carried me. Mm, sorry. Um, the spirit that I agree with was, who carried me through mainly everything that I experienced, especially when I was in total darkness of my enemies, of what they were actually doing and what they were up to. To my knowledge, I didn't think I had any. So I think I've said that before. But as I believe not to have any enemies, I was never, a confrontational person. I never started any trouble. And if there was a miscommunication, I would be like one of the first to try and get the matter uh, resolved, fixed, whatever's missing. Okay, I'll get it, whatever. And so, just for the sake of peace and unity, not noticing that these very people that I was trying to resolve things with were possibly against me as a hidden enemy. And so the evidence came in the smallest of details, ranging to issues I felt were bigger than me, right? All I knew was there was nothing and is nothing too hard for God, okay? And that's where my help came from up until today and forevermore going forward. Now, I could be, just minding my business, just doing anything, and then all of a sudden, here comes something trying to remove my joy. So anytime this happened, I felt my spirit say, just keep going. And as I felt the message, and then depending on what was going on at the time, I would wonder, how am I gonna get past this issue? Sometimes, like I said, they're so big that I wouldn't realize, like, whoa, how am I gonna do this? But somehow, and every time, the Most High God always showed up and cleared my path. And so, dwelling on Proverbs 16:9, it tells us that a man's heart devises his way, but God directs his steps. And so now the way I receive this message based on the fact that we all have our free will, keep that in mind. Basically, we reap the harvest of what we planted. We reap what we sow, right? So according to our choices, the Most High God has a system already set by way of universal law, already in place to make sure you follow through. So while people believe that they're doing something sneaky or behind closed doors, eventually the tables turn. We know this. But basically, the point in that, me saying that, is like you will be directed, your steps will be directed according to what you've done. So there's no way of getting out of what you've done. If you did something that's upright, then you get those benefits. You reap those benefits for doing that upright thing. If you're doing something behind closed doors or sneaky, you still gonna be directed in those footsteps of what you did to the actual reaping of what the reward is according to that thing, if that makes sense. So um, to point out, a few illusions or tricks, as you would call them, there's some situations where you try to do your best. Um, if your morals are great, you can hold good integrity and dignity, or to shorten it, you could be just a loner by yourself, taking care of your business, right? But then things out of nowhere would just happen, just intentional things. Though these things are staged or setups, or I don't know if this is making sense to y'all, because uh to be honest, still I'm healing from what I experienced, which was, it's still, it don't make sense, and sometimes it do. I think it's because it's like I can't believe how it's possible for people to stoop so low to do what they did. So I think that's the thing that kind of bugs me, but I'm over it. But I still like to talk about it because there are others that are out there actually experiencing these things and have no clue what to do. But there's a way out. And so it's always by the way of the Most High God. And so, um, but again, these things were intentional, like set up stage thingies, causing you hardships from out of nowhere. A hardship, for instance, it could be like somebody tampering with your tires, and then you only have a budget set to just get maybe groceries or gas money for that week, but then you still have to pull out of that money to get the tire fixed, therefore making you short in other areas. And so that's a hardship, or just to even cause harm, bodily harm. Um, and in some cases, just trying to remove you from the earth. And so I know, because this is what I lived for a very long time, and I couldn't understand it, but I never gave up on the Most High God. So the good thing about this is that I never blamed other people. Even if I knew who, was throwing the rocks and hiding their hands, I would not have actually become so dramatic to point the finger. And in my case, my question would be, why? What's the motive? What's the benefit of that, right? That would be my question. Why? What for? And so anyway, as I continue to experience these different things, and notice that people would send neighbors over to me to get the outcome and to see how I feel, and just to get a feedback through them, or even some of the actual people would show up and play like they had no clue what was going on, just to wait for me to spill the beans so they can see how it has affected my life, right? As my spirit just replayed these things for me that happened, and now with open eyes, spiritually looking at how I was truly protected, is like It's a miracle to me, and I'm just highly. Uh, I know I'm highly favored with all the things that came against me, but most definitely, if it had not been for the Most High on my side, then you know the rest of that song, because their attacks didn't work. Also, that shows the evidence of my life path. That was showing me that you're on the right path. You're doing something right because somebody doesn't like the way you live. Somebody doesn't like the good that you bring. Somebody doesn't like the light that is shining from your aura. And pretty much, makes their demons' asses itch, I guess. I don't know. But uh, when I realized that and made the connection of what was really going on, I really uh, yearned for internally for a peace and an understanding of what was going on. But at that time, it wasn't divine timing for me to find out everything because things still had to play out because the Most High was doing a great work. And either side knew. Neither side, my side, I didn't know. They didn't realize either, whoever they are. They didn't realize what God was doing. But that does confirm an evidence of walking my life path. So I'm actually grateful and happy to know that to serve the Most High God with my personal talents and gifts, it is an honor, most definitely. And because the old system that we grew up in would have you to believe that only, our staff at church had those types of connections. The miracle that was given to me, I was going to church at some of those years. I was going to Sheffield Assembly. I was attending that church for a minute. And no matter how many times I went to that church, these things kept happening. So I knew, I was like, well, church ain't helping me. So I had to get down and start praying and really believing that the Most High God was going to make something happen, is what I'm saying. And so once I did do that, which means I went within. I had to go within and connect and make that connection for myself, right? And I'm honored, most definitely, because God showed me. It was like your enemies ain't got nothing on me. I got you protected, daughter. So, um, getting back to what I have here, uh, if you're someone that has experienced that with an unseen enemy that comes against you, just know that you are chosen. You're a chosen being with a purpose for the kingdom of God. Okay, you have to know that. And then someone who chooses to do the right thing, you know, in everything, in all your ways, you're acknowledging God, right? You're doing the best you can. You're a person that doesn't feed into the majority group just because it's a bunch of them talking and barking and just, and then you're also not someone who's easy to take shortcuts. You know that shortcuts are dangerous because they come back. Pretty much everything in the negative, everything comes back, negative or positive. But you know what I'm saying. You see what I'm getting. But most definitely, these are things that God will not approve of. And if you're also someone who people tends to call you weird or awkward, or if they believe you to be mysterious, that's confirmation as well and evidence that you're walking your correct path. Okay. The Psalms 119 and 105 goes, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. So no one should really be controlling your path but spirit, the Most High Spirit. And then Proverbs 3, with the fifth verse goes, trust in the Most High with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, and uh, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. And so if we know that the promise, we know the promise is truth, right? Because furthermore, the Most High tells us that he will never leave or forsake us. And that's Hebrews 13:5. And I just jotted that down. It says, let your conversation be without covetousness and be content with such things that you already have. For God has said, I will never leave or forsake you, so that we may boldly say that God is my helper, and I shall not fear what man may try to do unto me. So basically, just find your correct path in life and dedicate your walk to the Most High God, right? So that was a quick segment, a little bit over 15 minutes. And recently, it's been some strong energies roaming. If y'all don't feel those energies, y'all not paying attention because I feel them strong. It's a lot happening. And I'm staying out God's way. That's all I know. I'm staying out His way. Father, Mama, God, I'm staying out of the way. However you call your God, I'm staying out of the way. Because it's a great work being done in the earth right now. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I'll come back with a video, another video, as soon as I can. I love you guys. You can like, subscribe, and share the video. And I'm still trying to get some visuals for you guys. I'm not able to really see into my camera um, correctly, and I think that bugs me because I don't know how to. I guess like face. I don't know how to face the camera. I don't know uh, where to look, where to focus at. So yeah, but until I can get it going, I'm just gonna speak my message and do the best I can do and just keep going until things can get better because I know the Most High is going to assure that things will change as well as they have been changing. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Again, this is Francine. This is Grow from Within. And yeah, deuces.